Manga-Waido.
My name is Haruka Aoyama. I'm 25 years old and single. I live on my own in an apartment in the capital. I work in the office of a construction company. I'm really busy, but that also means that every day is fulfilling. I don't have a boyfriend at the moment. There are some people from the same company that approach me, but I turn them down skillfully, I think. I mean, all of the construction workers who work at the company are all buff, intimidating men. I prefer more smart-looking men who aren't that buff. There's going to be a high school reunion this weekend. It's been so long since me and my classmates have all gathered at a single place. I've been preparing for the party for days now, taking care of my skin, getting my nails done at a nail salon, and picking which clothes to wear. I only have one goal. Actually, I have only had one target in mind, to be more specific. I ended up doing my hair, makeup, and clothes based on the preference of this one guy. I've already laid the groundwork with the other former classmates, and everything else was also prepared, which is why I was able to head to the party with confidence. The venue was a restaurant with a casual atmosphere, and we had rented the place to ourselves. It was a buffet, so we could walk around freely as well. I found some people who were in the same swimming club as me and started talking to them. It's been 7 years since we graduated. Both the boys and the girls looked a lot more fashionable and adult than they did when we were in high school.
Are you still swimming, Miss Aoyama?
Yep, sometimes at the pool or the gym I go to. Wow, so you're still swimming. Isn't that a bit unusual? Sometimes one of our underclassmen from the swimming club goes to the same pool, you know?
Oh, do you mean Emmy? You two did get along after all.
Even while I was talking to everyone, I noticed it. All the men who had come to the party were looking at me from time to time. I didn't want to brag, but I have confidence in my fashion style. I chose a dress that accentuated my body shape. When I was in high school, I was an introverted fat girl. To be honest, the reason I entered the swimming club in the first place was so I could lose weight. But thanks to that, I made new friends, and I also gradually started to lose weight. When it was time to graduate, I lost so much weight that I could have been mistaken for someone else. I had achieved a sexy body I could be proud of. Of course, my target Shima's gaze was also aimed towards me. It's just as planned. One of my friends who had been looking around noticed Shima and whispered to my ear. Shima's so cool now, right? He looks so smart and laid back. Apparently, he's been working as a bartender ever since he graduated from college. Maybe it's because of that? We played bingo, gave speeches, and sang the school song. The party at the restaurant finished in about 2 hours. The people who were going to participate in the after party started to move. This was the moment. We got into groups of 3 and started getting into the taxis that had been waiting for us in the front of the hotel.
Hey, the next taxi just arrived.
Shima, whose face was a little red, waved at me and got into the taxi. I wasn't going to miss this chance, so I half-forcefully got into the taxi with him.
Huh? Who are you?
Shima's eyes were wide with shock, but after a few seconds, he finally recognized who I was. I can't blame him for his reaction. I don't look anything like the fat introvert I was during high school. I expected one of his friends to get in the taxi with us, which is why I made sure in advance that that wouldn't happen. Hi, driver. Please take us to the B Hotel.
Hey, wait. Miss Aoyama?
It's fine. I gave him a sly look, and his nostrils started to flare in an embarrassing fashion.
This is so unexpected. To think that you'd be the one to make the first move. All right, let's go somewhere together. Just the two of us. Do you go to hotels like this often, Miss Aoyama? Who do you go with? People from your company or something?
He talked about this and that, and skillfully escorted me to the hotel. Before I knew it, I was relaxing in a hotel room. He was good with women, just as his appearance suggested. So it's true. He's been seducing women that come to this bar, huh?
Why don't we take a bath? Do you want to go first or after? Or should we go together?
You go first, Shima. I led him on discreetly. I watched him go enter the shower room while humming a song, and then I made the phone call. It's me. Everything's going as planned. After some time had passed, Shima got out of the shower in a bathrobe, drying his hair with a towel. The doorbell rang exactly as planned at that moment. I didn't. I'll see who it is. The doorbell kept ringing, and so I opened the door and...
Hey, bastard! What are you doing behind my back?
A huge, intimidating-looking man shoved his way into the room, and I gave an exaggerated scream. Ah! Shima just stood there in shock. It seems he had no idea what was going on. The huge, furious man approached Shima with slow steps. Shima, under immense pressure, walked back in fear to the corner of the room, and then the large man started cracking his knuckles.
You've got some nerve, you bastard! Bringing my woman to a place like this!
Huh? No! She was the one who brought me here!
That's a lie! I was tricked by him. I had no intention of coming to a place like this.
What?
You heard what she said. You won't get away with this unharmed. You better prepare yourself for what I'm about to do to you.
Sorry! Please forgive me!
Shima was terrified and started apologizing, fleeing from the room with his stuff while his hair was still wet and while he was still in his bathrobe. After a while, I stopped fake crying and thanked the huge man that was standing next to me. Thank you! That was an amazing performance. The next day, I called the person that had asked me to do this job. It was Emmy, my favorite underclassman from the swimming club and also Shima's girlfriend. I gave him a good scare. I don't think he's ever going to do something like that again. Thank you. I'm sick of crying after finding out he cheated on me. Emmy came to me for advice, since she didn't know what to do about Shima, who kept cheating on her. No matter how hard she pleaded with him, he wouldn't stop having relationships with women who came to his bar. There was no way I was going to forgive someone making my adorable underclassman cry like that. That's why I decided to take advantage of this high school reunion and set up a trap for him. That huge man as well was in truth the scariest looking construction worker I could find from my company. A few days later, I got another call from Emmy. It seems that Shima no longer cheated on her with other women. He's so clingy now that it's actually kind of annoying. I'm happy to hear that. Invite me to the wedding, all right? Yes, she replied cheerfully, but then her voice went quiet and she said, but actually, I think I have a new problem. Since then... A problem? Yep, he's terrified of entering hotels at all now. Being punched by a huge man in a dark room must have been traumatic for him. I wonder if I went too far. But I think this is just enough for a man that would make a woman cry.